My stage name is Vlad DM Wailer. Air guitarists are the salt of the earth. They are people from many different backgrounds. They just run the gamut of entirely people who you would think would air guitar, and people you'd be shocked to see up on stage. And sometimes the people who you're most shocked to see want to do it are the ones that really just sort of explode and come out of the gates. It sort of takes an amount of guts to get up on stage and jump around like a moron for a minute. Air guitar brings out the best in people in many ways. This is one of the things about air guitar is you meet people. You meet new people at every show. There's a whole community now of just East Coast people who just sort of keep in touch. It's not like we talk to each other every day, but you know we'll talk air guitar. We talk like things coming up, and especially whenever it comes to be that May, April season. Like you see people, and you're glad to see them back, and not only that, but you want to see them blossom as air guitarists. Like musicians just get really into it. I mean, like last night in Brooklyn, people traveled from Portland, Oregon, from Los Angeles, California, from Minnesota. You had people from Indiana. I'm fairly sure that if ever I drove across the country, I would have numerous floors, sofas, futons to crash on. To me, it's summer camp. Like this is what I do in the summer. And what do you do it for? You do it for fun. Like at the end of the day, like what do you have? I don't know, maybe a high five. It's the quest for something intangible.
It was a pleasure getting to stay with Vlad.
Before I left for DC, I had actually tried to get an appointment with Howard Dean. I would have talked to him about a variety of things, but for the purposes of this video, I would have included bits of me talking about air guitar. Unfortunately, his secretary informed me he wouldn't be in town during the days that I was there. So I decided to try and seek out some other politicians to talk to when I found out I was in DC when Congress was in session. I was told the city was virtually devoid of politicians. How did that happen? So I'm in our nation's capital. There's only one thing to do.
Finally, the day had come. Inside the 930 Club, the place was alive with people setting up. There were a number of notable air guitar stogies there, like this guy. Wait, who is he again?
My name is Alex Houlihan.
Oh yeah, him.
Yeah, as a world champion, it's cool. I actually like being the world champion better than the US champion, only because at that point you're a man without borders. You're just kind of like, you're part of the world community, you're a representative of the world. Americans don't always have the best reputation in the world, so to kind of like put my own face on what America is to a lot of people, that felt really good. In 2006, when the US Air Guitar came to San Francisco, a bunch of people had sent me one of those online entry forms, and so we just went around the corner to the venue where I was at, and it was empty. When we got there, it was totally empty. Later, I walk out, and it's a sea of people, like just kind of cascading like a meniscus up the walls of the venue. And I came back in 2008, and I was just going to compete again, and then I ended up winning, and then I ended up winning the nationals by like this much against like this many people.
And if you think it's easy, trust me, it's not. Air guitarists showed up one by one, having come from all over the country just to converge on this club on this day to represent their home city. Some of them flew through multiple time zones just to get here. Normal people must think that's weird, right?
My mom she's just happy for whatever happens to her little boy. They think it's hilarious, actually.
They think I'm the best.
They think I'm nuts.
They think I'm an idiot. And plus, I think they think I'm gay too. That's kind of funny.
Actually, tonight my parents will be here.
My sister was brought to tears, actually. She's always supported my awkward behavior.
Well, my brothers are stoked. They're actually here.
They knew that I would excel at something ridiculous. They didn't realize that it was going to be this ridiculous.
And it all had to start somewhere, and half of it started with this guy.
And at the time, I discovered that there was a World Air Guitar Championships in America had never competed, and we felt that that was a wrong that needed to be righted. It's been a real thrill for us to kind of take on this competition and see it grow from 2 cities when the first year that we did it to 25 cities now.
And with all these people gathered from across the US, they were more than happy to share their air guitar experience.
It's the greatest thing that ever happened to me, honestly. I lost weight.
Air guitar actually takes talent.
I feel better.
It's an art form like anything else.
I have a way to convey how much I love rock and roll.
It's definitely pretty stupid.
If you think air guitar is stupid, you're right. It's kind of dumb. But it's a heck of a good time. If you're on stage, you better believe what you're doing 100%.
You get to meet a lot of cool people through it. You don't have to bring any instruments.
Air guitar is for everybody.
It really is, like in essence, a blank palette for people to get up on stage, do whatever they want in terms of music, in terms of costume, in terms of really anything.
After everyone had arrived, waiver forms were signed and a press conference was held. Hard-hitting, soul-searching questions were asked.
Can I just get confirmation that there'll be free hot dogs here today?
Okay, maybe not entirely, but were you expecting something different? Meanwhile, outside, the people were gathering.
You came?
Dude, always. I'm a fanboy.
The air guitarists were given the red carpet treatment, and soon the doors would open.
Insert take 4 to continue.